Hi, everyone. I am Krista McNamara with ABRN Magazine. Using quality and reliable parts during repairs in your shop is vital to reduce comebacks, but also to ensure not only customer satisfaction, but also their safety. So it's very important to understand where the parts you are using truly come from and what your responsibility is to the consumer when you're deciding which parts to buy. OptOE is one descriptor that's being used in the industry today that can be misleading or cause some shops to have a false sense of security when buying parts. I have with me today Rick Leos, who is a collision program developer in the marketing division of Toyota. So Rick, thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Toyota's more than glad to participate and clarify some of these definitions that are out there.
So like Rick alluded to, he's going to talk with us about this OptOE term, your liability as a shop owner, and also how you can determine if a part is in fact a genuine OptOE part or not. So Rick, first of all, can you tell us what are OptOE parts?
So an OptOE term, they use that as an optional OEM part coming from a different supplier other than a Toyota genuine dealer. So that term's used kind of loosely. It's an OE part coming from a vendor that's not a Toyota dealer.
So what is the controversy that's surrounding these parts?
Well, Toyota doesn't have an OptOE program, so there is no surplus of parts that we're selling to a vendor other than our dealers. We only have one parts channel, and that comes from our PDCs directly to the dealer, directly to the customer. So there is no surplus or OptOE program that Toyota participates in.
And I'm assuming this might be the case with some other OEs. Are the OEs working to communicate whether or not they have a surplus program to their shops?
So yes, I sit on the OEM roundtable, and it's a subject right now. There is some OEs that participate in a surplus program, but the majority of us do not have a surplus program. So that's some of the concern in the marketplace right now, because these shops are being told to buy these parts from these vendors from certain insurance companies, and it's creating a problem.
So how can a collision shop know if a part is a genuine Opti part or not?
From where they purchased the part from. So if there's no program for Toyota, the only place you can get an OE part is a Toyota dealer, not one of these vendors that are OptOE vendors.
Okay. And does a shop have to expose the fact that an OptOE part was approved for use on a customer's vehicle?
So, right, yeah, it is exposed on the estimate, and also the customer is usually given a pamphlet describing each part, whether it's aftermarket, OptOE, or OE.
As a shop, what is the liability when installing an OptOE part?
Well, when it comes to the safety part, and they don't know if it's going to work properly because of where it's sourced from. You don't know if it's a part that was spec'd for that U.S. car or not. So when you put it on airbags, headlights, different kind of sensors and stuff that you're buying OptOE, you don't know the functionality of that part in the next accident.
What are some things a shop can do to safeguard against buying these OptOE parts?
Buy the part from the dealer direct.
And then, from the consumer perspective, what about them? What are some things that they can do to safeguard against these parts?
That's really difficult for a consumer to try to know the difference between an OptOE and an OE part. So I think as a manufacturer, it's our responsibility to educate the insurance partners and the collision industry to protect the consumer. I think that's our role as Toyota Motor Sales.
Rick, thank you so much for your insight on this, OptOE term. It sounds like there's a lot more information and education to come in the industry about this. But at the end of the day, proper and responsible part selection really is vital to the success of a repair and the safety of all drivers on the road. So be sure that you truly understand what parts you are buying and where they're coming from. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.